Ladacroth Opal. It's good to hear from you, brother. Dear Sir Roland, things have been different for me this past year. I have found peace and joy in ways I never thought I would. Everything we fought for, the dream that kept me going every day, has come true. This is now the land my father once dreamed that the city of Duranor could have been. The land of all races, brought together in freedom. The land my children will someday grow up to be men and women in. I've spent most of my time traveling through the north, spreading your message, the message of truth. I'm finding out I'm not near the recruiter you were, but I'm working on it. Just keep working on it, lad. I guess I may have too many scars that make it easy for them to see the trials we faced. The land here is so untouched, so plentiful, that it can become whatever we want it to be. I have been working on making outposts, camps, with at most a day's travel from where we once were. This is to make it easier to travel from the south to the north roads. I plan to work with Gyros and continue the path you laid out for us. Many days are spent reflecting on the things that you told me, and I can't thank you enough for all of that advice. A few months ago, I went back to the place where we defeated Lord Maxus. I went back to finally let go of all the fear that he or a greater evil was waiting, building strength, and lurking in the dark corner. This is the place where I found my peace. It was a castle that stood silently in daylight. I imagine the passion that you instilled in us as part of something greater than ourselves. On a lighter note, I'm trying to set up a pie-eating contest with Bullvi. I believe he knows that I can beat him, and that is why he has been avoiding me. Roland, I really think I can win this, and need to prove it because no one else thinks I can. Also, I have talked to the Dodge brothers about getting cleaning techniques installed into their camps. Between Swamp Ash and Scab, what they did to the outhouse, the people see this as the greatest threat in the land, currently. If that's the greatest threat, lad, then my heart is at ease. I want to end this letter by saying thank you for being the brother I never had. Thank you for showing me how to trust again, and that good still exists. I will visit you and your family soon in Brion, and look forward to telling stories around the campfire. Give your best to your wife and children for me, and never hesitate to let me know if there's anything you need or help. Your brother, Ladacroth. Dear Sir Roland, I hope this letter finds you well. I trust that your endeavors with creating peace in Merdania have been met with enthusiasm and cooperation from the residents. Indeed they have. And we couldn't have done it without your leadership and inspiration. This past year has been one of the great growths and learnings for me. I have made continued efforts in my studies of not only life magic, but also of the ancient languages of Merdania. I have even begun studying alchemy and hope to begin dabbling in the practical side of the art. Should time allow, I am still searching for my father. I heard rumor of his whereabouts in the South Pass where the barbarians' hold was located. I ventured the area with a Danian as my hired hand, and we eradicated a few remaining pockets of undead along the way. They have grown weaker without their leader, gods hope so. But they were still enough of a challenge for the two of us. A Danian was even attacked from behind by a ghoul, and it was only by my healing that he didn't turn himself. I'll admit that he is quite the enigma. After we almost lost him the day that Kakashi died, I realized that my feelings for him surpassed mere comrades. I have been slowly and steadily trying to gain his trust, and I believe that our relationship is beginning to change. He has become less cold to me. At least still I long for that day that he sees me as more than just an annoying bookworm who can't take care of herself. Of course, I share all of this with you in the deepest confidence. I won't let a soul know, but I don't think a Danian is blind to your efforts. I know that I can trust you. As for my father, I'm afraid the rumor was simply just that, a rumor. There was no sign of him being there, at least not for several years, according to the locals. So for now, my trial has yet again gone cold. If you hear anything at all, please write me at the earliest convenience. I so wish to meet him before his short human life is over. I promise, sir, if I find something, you'll be the first letter goes out. The southern residents were able to share a small bit of helpful information, though. I know that his name is Roland, like you, and that he has dark eyes and curly hair like me. Don't know if I know the description. I surely would know somebody that carried the same name as I. But they told me that he goes by the surname of Ardelea. This is exciting news, as my mother never learned his real name. I have decided to take it as my own, as my tribe of elves is also a small and has no need for surnames, in hopes that he might hear of me and seek me out in curiosity. It would be good to have two people searching for each other, rather than one searching for the other. I have also spent considerable time with our friend Sarwin. I fear that she's never fully recovered from what happened to her on the plane of death. Poor girl. I have searched every source I can find on healing, but nothing I've ever encountered could prepare me for her mental suffering. I have fear that amount of skill in restoration magic for her body. The mind, however, is far more complex. She has horrible nightmares and awakens screaming almost nightly. She has yet to tell us as to what she experienced that night. I have begun to wonder if she is under some sort of curse. Every time she tries to speak of what happened to her, it almost as if though an invisible hand is choking her. Even if she attempts to write, her hands shake so badly that nothing's legible or even produced. I am so thankful that we have her back and alive, but I can't help but wonder if we did her a great disservice when we struck the deal with Elsamo Kane. Speaking of whom, have you heard anything of his whereabouts, or whether he's able to return to the physical realm? I haven't heard anything. I feel like something significant should have happened, but now, if that were the case, then again, lulling us into a false sense of security is certainly not beyond the madman. I want to thank you again, Sir Roland, for keeping an ear out and for always having our best intentions at heart. We truly could not have survived this far without you at our side. Here's hoping that we see each other again soon, safe and sound. Your friend, always, Aeramae. Hear from both of you. Yes, as my friends, as soon as I get word to assist you, I will. Leggett, how's the south wall?